I'm going to bring up Theresa onto the broadcast. Theresa, I can't wait to hear your talk today. I know you're going to motivate and inspire all that is here to hear you. Thank you so much.
Hello. I am so excited to be sharing a little bit of my story today in hopes that someone else can find their voice and share theirs. So, in order to do that, I have to tell you a little bit about me. My earliest childhood memory is riding down a dirt road in a Jeep with my parents and my aunt and my uncle, chattering away at around 6 years old and being told to be quiet. But I didn't. And so they stopped the Jeep and they set me out on the dirt road and they drove away. Of course, they didn't go very far and they stopped and they came back and got me, but it traumatized me. And I was always, as a child, being told to be quiet. I talked a lot, a lot. And as a child, my brother and I, whenever we would get into trouble for doing the things that children do, we were never allowed to explain ourselves. We were always told just to shut up, and then we were extremely punished. So it was just having our voices taken away. I experienced lots of childhood traumas, and it wasn't until this very platform today that I'm speaking these words out loud for the first time. As a child, around the age, somewhere between the ages of 8 and 10, I'm not sure what the age was, I was molested as a child. But because of those fears of speaking up and the fear of getting into trouble, I never told anyone. So, fast forward into my teens, I experienced more traumas. And then after high school, I married young and into a marriage of domestic violence. And that was another form of having my voice taken away, emotional and physical abuse in that marriage. But out of all of that, what I learned was fear doesn't own me. I had to learn that. I had to grow from that. Choices. It's through our choices and other people's choices that we become who we are. I became someone who let fear rule me for all those years. I let my value be taken away. I didn't think I was important. I didn't think I mattered. And so I became shut down, and I also made bad decisions and bad choices. But I had to learn and I had to grow, and I want people to take away and understand that through all the things that I learned, going through all those traumas, my voice mattered. All those things that happened didn't have to be without a reason, without a purpose. I had things to say, and I had to learn what those things were and what those things were for. I had to learn how important I am, and I had to learn how to love myself because I couldn't give to anyone else until I learned that. And how did I do that? I had to learn to forgive. I had to learn to forgive others so I could forgive myself and not live in shame. I had to understand that it wasn't my fault, those things that happened to me. I had to dig deep and find my own voice, the voice that was taken away from me from the time that I was a child. I had to learn that I have value, that I am valued, no matter what lies were told to me and spoken over me. Everyone has value and everyone is valued. And my hope for speaking and telling my story is that when I do that, I tell it thinking and knowing that that person that I'm talking about, she is somebody else. I feel as if I'm telling you the story of somebody that I used to know. It's exciting to talk about it because if I can tell you what I've gone through and what I've come out of, I feel like that is somebody I used to know. That's not even me. It doesn't feel like it's me. And so, with that, I know that I have great purpose. And my purpose is by finding my voice and sharing that with you, that if you've been through something and you're hurting and you're afraid to speak out, that you dig deep and you find who you need to talk to and tell someone because somebody else needs to hear your story. There is someone who is hurting, who has been through the same thing that you've been through or something similar. And your purpose could be to share your story to help them to heal, to help them to come out on the other side. I get so excited when I realize that there are things that I couldn't talk about because I was too angry and too bitter and too full of hurt to even tell somebody what I've been through unless I was looking for somebody that would agree with me. So the first thing I did was I got away from the negativity and the people that agreed with me, and I surrounded myself with positive people. I surrounded myself with people that had purpose, people that were driven, people that had goals, people that had dreams. You have to surround yourself with people that have a bigger vision for life, people that will lift you up when you're down and not wallow in the pit with you. Those are the things that you really have to do so that you can come out on the other side. I had to understand that this is not about me. I had to take me out of it. It's about the person that I could meet that hasn't found their voice yet, that needs to hear mine. If there is someone that hears my story and can be helped because they have lived something like I have lived, and they're still living it and are afraid to get out of it, and they saw that I could get out of it, then maybe they will too. That is my hope. We are enough, we are loved, we matter, and I need someone to hear that today. I need everyone to know that everyone has a voice, an inner voice that is just bursting to come out. And that is what my hope is today, that no one deserves to be considered less than. So, what I'm hoping is that you'll be brave, you'll be wise, and you'll be encouraged. You know that you're loved, and you'll dig deep to find your voice and to share your story because someone else needs to hear it too. I heard a story, and that story compelled me to understand that I was loved, that I had something to give to someone else. And that is my wish for someone that hears this today, that we grow and we share what we've been through with others. My deepest passion is for women and children living in violent situations to know that that is not where they need to be. So I pray that that is what this does for them, is that they know that they can be safe and that their voice can be heard.